You want to know what it feels like to have your entire world stop on a dime? To be handed a life-changing choice by a voice so small and innocent it could barely whisper? Well, I know. I was standing in a dusty parking lot, hands smeared with oil and grease, staring into the tear-filled eyes of a woman who looked like she hadn't slept in a week. Her 6-year-old daughter, strapped into the back seat of a dying Honda Civic, leaned forward and whispered 3 words that changed everything. Please marry my mom. Hook, 3 words from a little girl that stopped a grown man in his tracks. Would you have walked away? Just 3 words, said with such desperate honesty it hit me like a punch, stripping away my years of doubt, my exhaustion as a single dad, barely keeping my head above water, and all the walls I'd built since my own wife walked out. The real problem wasn't fixing a car for free. It was a little girl who saw one act of kindness, and in her child logic decided she just found the answer to all her family's pain. She put the weight of their hope right on my shoulders. Was I wrong for even thinking about it? Was I wrong for the mix of fear and crazy desire to say yes? Tell me, if you were me, a guy with nothing left to give, would you have driven away and pretended it never happened? Or would you face the terrifying chance that fate just handed you a broken family and asked you to fix it too? Hook, 1 broken car. 2 single parents. 1 little girl with a wild idea. Keep watching, because this gets real. This started 6 months ago. And if I hadn't been having the worst day of my life, I'd never have been there. I'm Joe. I'm a mechanic. Not fancy. I run a small garage, oil changes, tire rotations. After my divorce, I fought to keep the business alive, and still be a dad to my 8-year-old son, Liam. We live paycheck to paycheck. Most nights, I'm worrying about the next bill. That day, I was done. My main lift broke. The bank was calling about a late payment. I closed early, ready to go home, eat junk, watch cartoons with Liam. Then I saw it. White smoke pouring from a beat-up blue Honda Civic, dead on the highway's shoulder. Most people would drive by. I almost did. But the driver, a woman, was outside, hands over her face, crying. Shoulders shaking. And in the window, a little girl, maybe 5 or 6, staring out, with pure fear in her eyes. I couldn't leave. I pulled my tow truck behind them, turned on the hazards, and walked over. The woman, Sarah, jumped when she heard me. Red eyes. Trying to pull herself together. She said she called a tow, but it'd be an hour. I told her, pop the hood. Blown radiator hose. Simple fix. But without it, the car was dead. When I told her, she broke again. She just paid rent. Only had money for gas and food. Begged me to tow it, fix it next week. Then I looked at the little girl, face pressed to the glass. Looked at Sarah, worn clothes, hiding how tired she was. She was a single mom. Hanging by a thread. I had a spare hose in the truck. Tools. I made a choice. I looked her in the eye and said, I've got the part. I can fix it now. 20 minutes. No tow. No shop. Her eyes lit up, then got suspicious. How much? I couldn't charge her. It felt wrong. It's on the house, I said. Neighbor helping neighbor. She tried to give me her last $20. I pushed it back. Got to work. Checked fluids. Added coolant. Checked belts. Even gave her water from my cooler. As I wiped grease off my hands, she was thanking me, words tripping over themselves. Then the world stopped. I glanced at the car. The little girl leaned to the open window, locked eyes with me, and said it again. Please marry my mom. Silence. Sarah froze. Mouth open. Horror on her face. I stood there, rag in hand, blood rushing from my head. The girl, Lily, wasn't joking. She followed with, We need a dad. She cries when she's alone. And you're nice. You fixed our car. That line, she cries when she's alone, hit like a brick. I wasn't looking at a stranger. I was looking at myself. A single parent drowning. A kid carrying the weight. Sarah whispered, horrified. Lily, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Joe. She watches too many movies. Ignore her. But I couldn't. I looked at Sarah. Really looked. Beautiful. Tired. Strong. A fighter. And in that moment, a crazy thought took root. What if I was the answer? At least to Lily. My brain screamed, run. This is too much. Too complicated. Too risky. But my heart, the part aching for connection, for purpose beyond oil changes, felt a pull. I had to choose. Protect my shaky life, or jump into theirs. Hook, he could have walked away. But he didn't. What happens next will shock you. I took a breath. Knelt down to Lily's level. Lily, I said softly. That was a big thing to say. And very kind. You're a good girl for looking out for your mom. I looked at Sarah. A silent message, I'm not saying no. But marriage is huge. It takes time. Getting to know each other. Then back to Lily. How about this? Your mom could use a friend. I could too. And my son Liam needs one. Let's start there. I pulled out a greasy business card. Handed it to Sarah. Call when you're home safe. No pressure. Just so I know you made it. She took it. Hand shaking. Nodded. I will. Thank you, Joe. For everything. I watched them drive off. Engine smooth. Next day, my phone rang. Unknown number. It was Sarah. She asked, was the friend offer still open? We met for coffee. Talked for hours. Not romance. Real life. Single parent struggles. Guilt. Exhaustion. Money stress. We introduced the kids. Liam and Lily clicked instantly. Played for hours. Sarah helped Liam with homework. I fixed things at her apartment. Helped her budget. We became a team, before we became a couple. 3 months in, over dinner, kids asleep, Sarah looked at me and asked, Joe, when Lily said that, I thought you'd run. But you didn't. Why? I told her the truth. I saw my own fear in your face. My own struggle. Lily didn't just ask me to marry you. She asked me to be the man I'm supposed to be. Not just for Liam. For you. For her. I took her hand. I'm not ready to marry you. It's too soon. But I'm falling for you. And I love watching you with Liam. And Lily looking up to me. She smiled. Real. Free of worry. That's all I need to hear. 6 months later, we moved in together. 2 broken lives, 1 stronger home. The kids are happy. The shop's doing better. Sarah handles the books. We're getting married next year. I proposed in the kitchen. Kids held the sign. Lily cheered loudest. She got her wish. I still think, what if I'd kept driving? But I stopped. And in fixing a car, I fixed my life. The lesson? It's not grand gestures. It's the small ones. Sometimes the biggest blessings come disguised as the biggest problems. Like this, if you believe kindness changes everything. Comment, did I do the right thing, listening to Lily? Subscribe for more stories of single dads, broken cars, and second chances. I'll see you in the next one.